Okay, so we have just arrived at Nottens. Wow, having worked in a luxury camp and knowing that this is considered the budget end of lodges here in the Sabi Sand, this is a pretty cool place.
But before we get into that, I'm going to do a breakdown of our best.
So from the Kruger, having left the Kruger, our best camp that we stayed in, so that if you watch and you want recommendation, this is our opinion. The best wildlife sighting that we had, wildlife moment that we had, and then the best just moment we had. So we had some good moments where we were sharing lunch and dinner with people, met some people, had some good chats along the way. So what was yours? Because I've been before, so what was your best camp to start with?
Oh, it's a toss-up. It's between the Mary Kelly one.
Yeah, that really took me back. Tilapia tented camp.
That's it.
If you're not too bothered about game viewing, if you want to see rhinos and you want the views, Mary Kelly for sure.
Was stunning. Just the peace and quiet over the waterhole lake that we had.
Yeah.
The stars were out every night. Just everything about that was just beautiful, but then also OnlyFans for me. It was just the way that it took my breath away.
Yeah, I've never seen you that sort of overwhelmed by nothing out of the ordinary. I say nothing out of the ordinary. It is out of the ordinary. The camp is stunning.
Yeah.
If there's one camp I sort of recommend trying to push hard and maybe pay that little bit extra for the river view. OnlyFans. It's out of those. I really 10, 11,
I really
12.
don't know if I can pick between the two of them.
Oh right,
it was really.
No, it was amazing.
It's a really big toss up between the two.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say for me, I've been to OnlyFans before. I know how beautiful it is. It is spectacular. Fortunately, we had cloud cover, so we didn't necessarily have the best sunsets and sunrises. But yeah, stunning. Mary Kelly. I didn't have any expectations, so for me, that I'd say Mary Kelly definitely. We had the
especially as it was our first camp as well.
Yeah.
I think just for us to just switch off and not worry about having to do the game drives or.
Yeah, we weren't worried about we could see lions, but we weren't going out of our way. It was rhinos and then whatever else we saw.
Yeah, so. It was epic.
So on the topic of animals, favourite animal sighting?
I think it's got to be our first sighting of the wild dogs.
Yeah.
I just did not stop smiling the whole time. I literally afterwards. Afterwards I literally said my jaw hurt because I don't think I stopped smiling the whole time we were with them. Bear in mind it was literally both my two bucket list ones, my wish list animals I wanted to tick off. That was the first time I ticked them off. But I just think that was so special because you found them and everyone just left afterwards, kind of like, oh, there's some wild dogs. They were like, oh, nice.
The initial sighting of them wasn't great.
No.
They were down one of these. A lot of the dirt roads go down in sort of riverbeds, and like I said before, you have to make sure you check them properly.
Yeah.
And then the sighting initially wasn't great.
Yeah.
They started playing, which meant they're probably going to get up and move.
But then there was a wild dog in the road and a car was coming towards it, and even they just were like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, so that was nice. That was I really, really enjoyed that. That we've had a lot of good animal sightings.
Yeah, we got very lucky.
But that's the one for me where I was like,
a lot of moments on the road which I haven't had before, where the lions they were on the road in front of us, leopard was walking the road right next to us. But I think for me, my favourite animal sighting. You know what? I've spent a lot of time around lions, and it doesn't get any less humbling to see two different sets mating was very cool. But no, I think for me, that big tusker guy we saw, the big elephant, having spent some time in Oliphants, go to Letaba, go to the Elephant Museum, it's worth it. To see their list of the current big tuskers and then to drive past one.
Find one,
That was nuts. That was really spectacular. The size of him was crazy.
His tusks were obviously, it's why he's a big tusker, they were just so huge and long.
But from a driving perspective, I really like the second wild dog sighting, where in the video.
Oh,
I'll play it again. It's like one coming and then 1, 2, 3, and they all just sort of flock out in front of us, and I'm just in reverse.
And then they all just lined up as well as we followed them. It was, that was good.
You know, I've not had a sighting like that for a while.
No, that was special.
Favourite moment? Just general moment?
Oh goodness.
I think for me that the sort of I couldn't put it on one, but the small moments you spend in camps when, and this is probably the safari tent is very luxury. You're on your own. You've got your own bright spot, and you kind of don't see your neighbours. But if you stay in the rondavels, you do see your neighbours.
Yeah.
A lot more. And with that meant that we had an amazing dinner with a lovely couple, and they just invited us over to Brian. We spent hours chatting and drinking with them, and good cheers to you. Good cheers to you. But that was a lot of fun, and those moments probably don't happen in the safari tents, would be my observation. So if that's something you want that socialisation of the experience, then the rondavels are for you.
It's a toss up between that moment, so when we had dinner with that couple, or just seeing Olifants for the first time, just looking over the river.
That was a moment for me actually.
That was
in reflection, like
that's why it was a toss up between the camps being my favourite, because it's a very big moment that I still remember, and I still kind of get a bit welled up.
See that overwhelming was overwhelming.
It's just
actually a moment.
Just look at it was the fact that we had elephants like crossing and drinking at the same time as us arriving. It was just we couldn't have had a more perfect start to that camp.
No. And I
think that just stays with me. That one.
We will. And now we've got 4 game drives here, 2 nights.
Yeah.
So we were just saying, gutted I didn't book it. I tried to book a third, but I couldn't get in. But this is cool. But this is our last 2 nights in wildlife, and then we hit sort of civilization. Start to do some different stuff.
We're going to go into the mountains.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be more civilised than quite literally in the bush. But there we go. We'll let you know how the game drive goes later, and we'll sit under the candle lights here.
And I'll show you around camp in a sec.
Oh yeah.
So here is our Nottens room tour. Walk up these lovely steps. And here is our insanely huge room. We walk in and we have a lovely tea station, and then we have a lovely little seating area. We've got a wardrobe in there, and then turn around and look at this insane thing. Look at our bed. I'm so excited to sleep in that tonight. And then just out here is where we were talking to you earlier. We've got our lovely little, what would you call this? Terracey patio area. And then there's Tom. We come out into this wonderful bathroom. We've got a bath and a shower with lots of amenities. And then we come out here, we've got a bathtub, an outdoor bathtub with an outdoor shower. Oh, lovely rain shower. I think Tom's very much looking forward to getting into that. And then we also come out this way and we've got our very own little private seating area. How lovely is this? Absolute dream.
just come back off our first evening drive, or our first drive with Nottens, and they have set the room up just stunning. There are lanterns lit all out, and then in the bathroom they've run the bath for Emma, so Emma's gonna get in the bath. This is a special place. This is.
Look at this is how wild we are in the beach. Come out of the room. And there's a male meow. What a little munch. Good evening from a very sleepy me. So we've had a really good morning drive. We got to see 2 male cheetahs. They're about 3 years old, so they're still quite sub-adult still quite fluffy. They've only been separated from their mum about 2-3 months. Probably one of their first kills, and it got taken by a hyena, and that's how we managed to locate them and track where they were. Got to see lots of other birds of prey, and then we came back and we went on a bushwalk. We got to see lots of things. We got to see lepet-faced vulture for the first time this trip, which was great. We also saw 2 other eagles, I want to say, and they were in the sky as well. So we were trying to figure out what they were trying to track or something like that. So we walked off into the bush and tried to see if we could find anything, but couldn't see them or see what they were looking at. But yeah, so that was great. We came back very hot and bothered, so we pretty much just jumped straight in the pool, but it was rather chilly, and we headed out for our evening drive. And again, we got to see the male cheetahs. They were on the move this time, so they were walking just up the road in between Sabi Sands and Lion Sands. And we also managed to catch up with these 3 female lions. One has apparently 3 cubs. We didn't get to see them, unfortunately, but we managed to see the 3 female lions, because that was nice. We've not seen many females yet. We've seen them all with males so far, so that was lovely to spend some time with them. And then we also got to see a rhino. We saw 3 of the big 5 on this one. We got to see the lions, we got to see the rhino, we also saw buffalo when we had our sundowners drinks. So that was great. It was a really lovely last evening trip. So being back in these seats can only mean one thing. We are just leaving Nottens now. We had a really great last morning drive. It was really lovely. We managed to see our female leopard. Oh, it was great. After a morning of pretty much like an hour and a half of no animals wanting to be out at all.
You can hear on the radio, it's quite funny. Everyone's like, can anyone keep me updated if they find a buffalo? Or
everyone was like, anyone seen any animals? There was like nothing out. But it was a lovely morning. Like, it was quite a crisp morning, so I can understand if they're not out. And then, and I did task Wanda with finding a female leopard. And he definitely delivered. She was beautiful, and she found she caught a francolin. Yeah, that was it. She caught a francolin, so that was great to watch as well. But yeah, it was a lovely morning drive, and then we had an hour massage each. And now we're just
splashing up.
Yeah, so zen and just ready to do the next part of our trip. Finish off the safari side of it, and we are on to
onto towns and walks and hikes and things. So yeah, very excited.